All right, welcome to 2017 week 4, and I'm pretty happy to be here doing my 4th video. I committed to 1 video a week and I'm doing it, and that's the habit I'm trying to build. Pretty excited. I mean, I'm in the spare time, I'm actually having these ideas for other videos and other content. So this is just the start, and I'm really happy that I'm maintaining it. So without further ado, let's jump in. Here's the P&L. So you can see overall I'm up 183, not great. Certainly not riding home to mum or celebrating or shouting that from the rooftops, but positive week is still quite good, especially after the last 3 we've had. Now, American football's down 55. That's to be expected, as I had money across the remaining 4 teams at different points along the season. And, I wanted Atlanta and the Patriots to win, which they did. So that minus 55 is just the money lost on Green Bay and Pittsburgh. That's fine. I'll jump into the NFL Super Bowl market in a second and talk about that. But that 55 loss is pretty much as expected. The positive note is the horse racing, which is doing a bit better. So obviously made $238 there over 17 markets. Now, 70 markets isn't a huge amount. It's actually pretty slow for my systems. So I'm in a bit of a lull at the moment, but happy to see a positive outcome. One system is still really struggling in the last month or so. I'll keep an eye on that and determine whether I continue with it into the future. Overall, I'm up, and that's something positive to be said about having a good week. Let's hope more happen in the future. To the markets. So the Super Bowl market, here we have which is essentially now turned into the match odds market, New England versus Atlanta. And you can see, while I've got very good positions in terms of individually, averaging in New England at 343 and they're now $1.70. Atlanta averages in at 1109, they're now 240. Overall, the positions are not great because of all the other little bets of the other teams that have now lost along the season. These are the result I expected, these 2 teams, as mentioned in last week's video, but that cash out value of minus 1965 is actually not as good as I thought I'd get to. So, probability says I probably should cash out. It'll save me $1 per match in the long run. I may let this ride. I'm still thinking I may even look at trading it out during the match. That's something I'll let pan out and see how I feel in the next day or 2. Overall, it's been an okay season. I've learned a fair bit about it. My models need some tweaking for the NFL. But, it's fun to learn. The other interesting market here is the NBA championship market. And, this is looking pretty good. I've got a series of bets on all different teams there. You can see along the right and the current positions on the left. There's not too much to talk about here except that cash out figure, the profit there of minus 47. That's actually significantly better than it was during the week. So I hit a low of about minus 75, and I'm not worried about that because there's still half the season to go, just under half the season. But the fact that it's moving in the right direction, it's coming up, is quite positive, and that's to be seen when you compare the individual odds of what I've currently got on the right, what I've averaged in at, versus what they're actually at now. I've had a few teams shorten and move in the right direction. So overall, I expect that will continue. I'm also considering I will reassess my staking method for that post the All-Stars break. I think there's probably something to be said with loading up a bit more on my top ranks, which would see Golden State and Cleveland and teams like that probably reduce their loss. That's something I'll consider. But as I said, just like the NFL, the NBA is a bit of a trial. My ranks will need adjustment, but this is the first time I'm doing it, and I'm learning as I go. Hopefully, as we get to playoffs, we see some green action happen, though. Right, and that is the end. So overall, I'm up, finally, for the week. Not a big one, but better than a loss. Probably going to lose some money on the NFL Super Bowl. Not a big loss, but still a loss. And the NBA, I think, is moving in the right direction. So all up, I'm pretty happy, and I'll see you next week. Good luck.